Happy Sunday evening. Yeah, let's do some martial arts. Uh, let's try something different, right? Yeah, martial art. We do some slow motion martial art. How about that? Yeah, to practice the correct forms, right? Yeah, like do you like this Dragon Ball Z cartoon? Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this Japanese cartoon Dragon Ball Z, right? Okay, we do slow martial art. Okay, slow motion. So, yeah, in Dragon Ball Z, this Asiatic monkey, half human being, right? Well, in Korean pronunciation is Sonogong. Okay, so it's based on this Chinese fable, very much Buddhism. Mr. Sonogong and the Buddhist priest. Okay, it's based on Chinese Buddhism fable. Okay, that's what that Dragon Ball is based upon. Okay, so give me one second. Uh, okay, so yeah, slow martial art. Okay, slow motion, like. Ah, 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 yeah. Okay. Ah, ah, mm, 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 mm. Ah, 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 ah. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, yeah, that's that. Okay, good exercise. We take 5 minutes, okay? Woo! Ah, oh, good exercise. Ah. Okay. Let's grab the chair. Today, let's briefly talk about Dragon Ball, the cartoon, Japanese cartoon. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Dragon Ball series. Mm, uh, yeah, Dragon Ball. Let's talk about Dragon Ball. Okay, cartoon. Yeah, my hair kind of look like cartoonish, right? Kind of almost looks like Sonogong. I don't know how you pronounce it in English, but I can only pronounce it in Korean. Okay, yeah, the main character, the half monkey, half human being, the Dragon Balls later on, Dragon Ball Z, whatever, right? Yeah, so I think it's. I don't know about you, but I actually read in Korean translation, actually paperback version of that Dragon Ball. Yeah, it was hugely popular. Okay, back in 1980s in Japan. Well, of course, came from Japan. I mean, originally Dragon Ball is okay. There's this monkey. Okay, Chinese monkey. Uh, it was mischievous, very playful, troublemaker kind of monkey. Okay, it was actual monkey actually. Okay, so original Chinese fable, right? And God, like Buddha, okay, Buddha punished this monkey because troublemaker, okay, and a very supernatural power kind of monkey, okay. So Buddha, the Chinese God, the Buddhism God, Buddha, God punished this monkey by putting a gigantic boulder on top of this monkey. This monkey did not get injured or die. Why? Supernatural, superpower, superhero kind of monkey. Okay, this gigantic boulder on top of this monkey so that it doesn't go anywhere. And it's a male monkey, male. Okay, and so this monkey. Then there's this Buddhist priest pray to Buddha, pray to God. Okay, uh, God, please release this monkey. I think I can make him repent. I think I can train him and also tame him, and so that he does good work. He can help me because I'm going about this journey, this Buddhist priest, monk. Okay. Yeah, I need some apprentice. I need some helper, assistant, and maybe this monkey can help me. And God asked him, "Where are you going?" "Oh, I'm going around the world to save the world, to get rid of all these demons, Satan's devils in the world. So maybe this monkey can help me." Okay. And then this Buddhist priest, uh, this monkey is released, okay, by God, Buddha, okay. And this Buddhist priest gave this golden hairband on the monkey. And monkey is like, "Hey, mister, thank you for saving me. Bye." He was wanted to go away, okay. Of course, before he was released, God Buddha asked the monkey, "Hey, are you gonna behave?" "Oh yes, God, I will behave." But he lied. Okay, so he was about to go away, but this golden hairband, uh, after Buddha does this rosary kind of this chanting, Buddhist chanting. Okay, then golden hairband start to shine and start to give headache to the monkey. So monkey, yeah, this monkey cannot go anywhere. He had to follow this Buddhist priest. Okay, so that's the origination of this story. Sonogong. Okay, it's originated from China. Okay, then Korea, then Japan, and Japanese they use their imagination and they use some Chinese martial art knowledge. The animator of Dragon Ball, later on Dragon Ball Z. Okay, huge fan, very good animation. I think it's very good for martial art education too, because in the books, manga, right, cartoon books, they show this traditional Chinese style, right? Right? Oh, it's just beautifully drawn cartoon. Okay, Dragon Ball, very good for martial art. All these forms, right? It's very much Chinese martial art. So, Sonogong in the Dragon Ball, their costume, that's not Japanese kind of costume. That's Chinese costume. All right. So whoever the animator is, Dragon Ball, yeah, I think he knows a lot about Chinese martial art, like Kung Fu, five animal form, right? Yeah, their costume, that's all Chinese traditional costume. It's not Japanese at all. Right? Yeah. There's some honorable mention, I guess. Yeah. Let's take 5 minutes, okay? Let me change this water. All right. So this Dragon Ball animation series. Let me get some water. I forgot. This Dragon Ball, like, it has some Chinese martial art element and also some uniquely Japanese imagination, creativity, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm a huge fan, and it was hugely popular when I was a child, when I was in elementary school, okay, 1980s. All right. Yeah, paperbacks. It was good. So this martial arts competition, right? And a lot of movies inspired by that Japanese the animation Dragon Ball. Like many of the Jean-Claude Van Damme movies, like The Quest or Kickboxer, Bloodsport. Okay, the martial art competition featuring different type of martial artists, right? Yeah, it's probably inspired by Dragon Ball. Okay, because Dragon Ball is this annual competition, right? And later on, people start to fly. And later on, yeah, Dragon Ball Z, yeah, some alien come to town, right? Yeah, and some, yeah, Middle Eastern influence, genie. Yeah, originally Dragon Ball is you collect seven crystal balls with star one, two, three, whatever stars, and then Dragon appears and then make your wish come true because that's Dragon Ball, right? Yeah, that's Arabian Night, kind of genie, Middle Eastern Arabic ancient uh, fable, right? Yeah. So it's amalgamation of the all different cultures, some Western culture, machinery like airplane, whatever, right? Yeah, very futuristic. Yeah, and this Google Glass, right? Yeah, they tried to imitate this Dragon Ball Z, like something Super Saiyan, whatever this glass, the computerized glass. Yeah, Google Glass. Yeah, probably got the concept from Dragon Ball. All right, so yeah, yeah. Let me get some juice, okay? Yeah. Uh, yeah. So that's Dragon Ball. Yeah. I watched that movie, Misery. Ca- Kathy Bates, fantastic actress, right? She got Academy over for that, and very well deserved. Kathy Bates. You was going with Stephen King, right? Three Hollywood movies: Carrie, The Shining, and Misery. Okay, Stephen King. Hollywood movies. Oh boy, there's some other lesser known movies, but good movies, right? Yeah, Misery. Oh my goodness, it's just so well written. This guy is very smart man, Stephen King. It was a wonderful movie. Okay, I watched that movie. Okay, after previous episode, like from beginning to the end. Misery. Some spoiler alert. It's about Ryder, right? Like his car got stuck in the snow, and Kathy Bates, nurse, I guess she's like retired nurse or something. Okay, and she's a huge fan. Like the famous line, "I am your number one fan," right? That captivates, and then so this guy Ryder got into a car accident in the snow. Okay, and slip on a road when he was going to his cabin to finish his book. Yeah, so his books, this fictional character or guy, okay, his book's title was Misery, okay. It's like Marjorie, woman's name, okay, Marjorie. So this character's name Misery, and like Marjorie, okay. And Kathy Bates rescued this guy and brought him to her house and helped him recover, right? And then yeah, some spoiler alert, okay. So and then she disagreed with his brand new book, the only manuscript. So she had him burn the only manuscript, and she demands him to write a brand new book for her. Later on, in front of her, he burns that book that's written for her. Okay. Oh boy, it was just such a good novel and very well made movie, right? And I watched some introduction scenes of all these different 007 movies, right? Yeah. Well, I like, to me, the original two originals like Sean Connery and Roger Moore. Yeah, those are the main James Bonds. All the others, yeah, they're kind of like fake James Bond, kind of imitator, kind of wannabe, right? You have Daniel Craig, you have like what, Pierce Brosnan, and some others, right? They're okay. Not as good as Sean Connery or Roger Moore, right? Yeah, but still, the introduction is very cool. Okay, so even Daniel Craig, like Casino Royale, uh, Pierce Brosnan, like Tomorrow Never Dies, right? Yeah, introduction, this scene, yeah, very sensual, adult film kinda, but very artistically, very well stylized. You know, I like James Bond just beginning scene, introduction. Yeah, yeah. My favorite is Roger Moore. All right, like yeah, The Spy Who Loved Me, the skiing scene. I watched that. It was beautifully done. Okay, let's take 5 minutes. Okay. All right. 话头不能变多。Yeah. Yeah. Uh, so I had that food that I prepared yesterday. Yeah, mushrooms. Oh, it was so good. And salmon and onions. It was very nice. Yeah. And turnips and radish. It was good food. And what else? Uh, mathematics. Yeah, the expansion function. Yeah, we are basically treating the operators as if they are numbers. Okay, it's an input. Yeah, we can call it Omicron algebra, right? Like alpha algebra is about infinity, right? Yeah. Omicron algebra, we take input operator variable. Okay, so we're treating operators like plus and minus as if they are numbers, which is very creative. Yeah, we have some ingenuity here. Okay, so yeah. Such a quiet night. Yeah, it's good. Maybe I can sing you some songs, huh? Yeah, some James Bond theme songs. Yeah, they're famous ones, right? Like Nancy Sinatra, like "You only live twice." Da 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 da. Yeah, fantastic. And by the way, the political cartoons, yeah, memes, those photos, my favorite, yeah, like President Barack Obama, like shh, as if he did something very shady, or President Trump, shh. Yeah, of course he did something shady. They both did. And yeah, this shot of photography, right? President Trump, like, funny. Uh, hilarious. But nowadays, I don't watch news anymore because there's too much negativity and very shallow, flimsy stories, right? Yeah, it's not worthwhile my time. So yeah, I'm just studying like Western history, modern, postmodern history. Okay, in literature, arts, right? Yeah, I intend to continue to do so. Okay, so uh, what else? I turn off the heater, so it's really quiet. There's no sound whatsoever. That's good. Yeah, it's Sunday night. Happy Sunday night. Okay. Yeah, very nice and quiet. Yeah. This is aloe and pomegranate drink made in Korea. Okay, and I bought it in Walmart. So yeah, Koreans they're doing very good business. Okay. Anyways, uh, the movie I'm gonna watch next, possibly Carrie, or The Shining, or Batman. Okay, yeah, The Shining, Jack Nicholson. Batman, Jack Nicholson. Uh, The Shining, the Batman, yeah, Jack Nicholson movies, and yeah, yeah, yeah. Took a long nap, woke up, and just comfortably blank. The only sound I hear is this computer. Okay, this mm, kind of like computer sound. Yeah, kind of white noise, yeah, gray noise. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, so tomorrow I think I will start writing about this economics, transactional demand curve theory. Okay, so yeah, some mathematical foundation first, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll take 5 minutes break and maybe we'll play with that set expansion function a little bit or not. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Mathematics. We I'm kind of blank. Nothing else going on. So we play with mathematics a little bit. Okay. After that, yeah, maybe some story time, maybe. Okay. All right. Maybe I'll sing you some songs. Um, okay. All right. We'll take 5 minutes, please. Well, but some cultural commentary first. Okay, so turn of the century, Feng the circle, early 1900s, late 1800s, some decadence, moral degeneracy, like LGBTism. In early 1900s, it was mainstream, it seems. Okay, so and also, yeah, modernism. They want to deviate from the traditional, conventional wisdom, like Dadaism. Okay, Da means yes in Russian, right? So yes, yes, Dada. Okay, some people say that's where it came from. Okay, I don't know. So, of course, in Chinese proverb, there's what's called Tada Ikson. Okay, it means the more the better. Okay, so Tada Ikson. Okay, some Mr. Namjoon Paik's huge this tower made with this television monitors. Okay, it's in Seoul, South Korea. Okay, and name of that title of that three-dimensional this video art is called Dadaism. So I thought, oh, maybe it has to be Dadaism, okay, because Fluxus movement is kind of neo-Dada, postmodern version of Dadaism, okay. Yeah, some many good things came from Dadaism, okay, so, and so I appreciate that artistic ideology. And they also explore this concept of anti-art, okay, turn of the century, okay, like beginning of new era, end of old era, okay, a lot of moral degeneracy. I think that's what we're going through these days, year 2021, okay. A lot of LGBTism, and then just we conscientiously conscientiously object to the ideology, LGBTism, okay. So, but yeah, it kind of like it signals that moral degeneracy, decadence, okay, just like turn of the century back in early 1900s, okay, where LGBTism was mainstream thing. Okay, so we are kind of going through that all over again, and yeah, coming of new era. So moral decadence, anti beauty, anti art. Yeah, we see tattoos, piercings, and obesity, plastic surgery, which is absolute nonsense. Okay, and tanning, right, and we also see some absurd, like theater of absurd kind of thing. Yeah, tattoos, piercings is absurd. Okay, also LGBTism, very absurd, nonsensical. Obesity and plastic surgery, what have you, right? Legalization of marijuana, gay marriage, absurd. Okay, so yeah, we are going through the kind of moral decadence, absurdity, anti-beauty, anti-art. Okay, so yeah, there's some parallel there with turn of the century, early 1900s. 100 years later, yeah, we're kind of going through the same thing. Okay. But good news is that good day will come. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this whole humanized series we disproved Albert Einstein, Sigmund Freud, Karl Marx, Gero Cantor. Next, Alfred Marshall. Okay, in economics. Yeah, we're gonna disprove him next paper, but there will be another paper because we also disproved Immanuel Kant, a priori theory. Okay, in the past paper. Okay, so yeah, so next one will be uh, Professor Alfred Marshall will disprove. Okay. Well, he asked the right question. Okay, we'll make the theory better. We'll do our job as a contemporary generation. Okay, yeah, I really appreciate his accomplishment. Okay, ask the right question, but not a complete answer though. Okay, the supply and demand, they're not independent variables. They are very much dependent upon each other. There's no separate demand curve and supply curve. No, there's only one curve, and we call it that curve transaction demand curve. Okay, it's based on demographics. Okay, it's like a kind of integration of bell curve, sigmoid function. Okay, so yeah, yeah, there'll be a lot there. Okay, so that's why it has to be separated out as a single separate paper. Okay, it's going to be a nice book. All right. Nice paper. I mean, so that's what's ahead next tomorrow, most likely. Yeah. What else? Mathematics. Yeah, we did enough this weekend, right? Yeah. So I don't quite feel like doing that. Then what? I don't know. My mind is just comfortably blank, and So why is LGBTism kind of absurd? It's because I mean two guys calling each other husbands and two girls calling each other wives. And, and I'm a man, so I identify as a transgender. I think I'm a woman. So yeah, I go to female bathroom, female locker room, shower room. Because I'm a woman, I'm a lady. So yeah, I watch all these naked ladies in the locker room, high school, and I compete with female athletes. Absurd. Okay, so yeah, it's like anti-rationalism, anti-reasoning. Because that's how it was. Turn of the century, early 1900s. Yeah, Dadaism was just one. Modernism, yeah, it's about anti-logic, anti-rationality. Okay, but back in those days, not early 1900s, they were not too bad. But what we are going through nowadays, 2021, is something a lot worse. Totally anti-logic, anti-reasoning, anti-rationality. So when I was reading about this modernism, early 1900s, okay, I was like, it's like the kind of age we are living right now. Okay, so hopefully there's no World War Three. I don't think it's necessary. Okay, Eh, we don't want World War Three. There's some concern about that because that's how it was early 1900s before World War One and Two and the Great Depression. Yeah, it was a little bit similar to what we are going through now. But hopefully there's no World War Three. Okay, I don't want. I don't want to see any war. I don't think anybody wants to see any war between America and China, between America and Russia. We don't want that. So Americans say, yeah, we want freedom, freedom, freedom. But the thing is, America is too big to attack. Russia, China, it's just too big a country. I don't think it's possible for a country, foreign country, to dominate America. It's just too big to swallow. Okay, like fish, size matter, right? A fish cannot eat a fish that's bigger than itself, right? It's a bit smaller, right? I don't think America can be conquered by some another foreign country. It's just too big, right? So American freedom, I don't think it can be ever jeopardized. America is too big. Okay, so I don't think it can be conquered by one country. Uh, so American freedom, I don't think it's in danger. Okay, well, in my opinion, I could be wrong. Well, hopefully there's no war. We don't want that. But metaphysical war, yeah, ideology is bloodless revolution. Okay, so that's fine. We have some activism and whatnot. But no ideology is worthwhile to sacrifice a human being. Some Christianity, a lot of martyrdom happened, old missionaries, okay. And Christianity, yeah, crucifixion of Jesus, right? I don't like it. Right? I don't think any ideology deserves a human sacrifice, human life. I don't believe in that. All right. So in Islam, they do not believe, they admire Jesus. They see Jesus as a prophet. But they don't quite see Jesus as Son of God, and they don't believe in Jesus dying on the cross and resurrection. They don't believe in that. Islam, okay? And there's some good point there. So the way Islam, Quran, Muslims describe crucifixion is this, okay? Jesus was punished, persecuted on the cross, but God saved him before he died. I like that. So Jesus never died, according to Islam, Muslims. Okay, that's a good point there. Okay, yeah, we don't want anybody dying. human sacrifice, no, something like that. Yeah, I like Islam. Yeah, I like Christianity too. I love all the I love all the religions out there. All right. How about Satanism? That's too creepy. Okay, uh, this two-horned goat with this beard. That's too creepy. Okay, Satanism. Some bitter aftertaste, right? Yeah, yeah. It's too creepy. Okay, so how about Wiccan? Wiccan witchcraft. Again, yeah, it's kind of creepy. Okay, so how about voodoo? Voodooism in like Jamaica, this what's that? Caribbean Sea voodooism. Yeah, this movie. What's that? What's his name? Yeah, Jewish American guy. Martial artist in Aikido. Uh, what's his name? Yeah, Marked for Death. I have DVD of that. With the guy with ponytail, brunette. What's his name? Aikido guy. Um, let's take 5 minutes, whatever. I grab myself and I look him up. Yeah, one of his movie uh, had this voodooism, okay, which was very interesting. Okay, so all the symbolism, religious symbolism, semiology, right? Yeah. Steven Seagal, okay. Steven Seagal, yeah. Yeah, some religions are very creepy, kind of dark, a little bit. Christianity, Bible, it has some dark corner that not many people know about. Okay, so I know because I read Bible 3 times. Okay, yeah, every religion has some dark corners. Okay, so okay, we'll take 5 minutes. Okay. 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 Maybe some story time. Back in early 2000s, when I was in Madison, Wisconsin, doing undergrad, uh, college student major in computer science. I live in an apartment complex, and it's like two, three-story building. Okay, and they had this socialization area in the basement, and with this cable TV. Because back then I didn't have a TV, so there's this MTV music TV channel, and I watched a lot of music videos there. I remember this one music video, early 2000s, maybe late 1900s. I mean, late 1990s. I was in Madison, Wisconsin between 1997 and 2004, 7 years. So I remember watching this wonderful music video. It was I think like she probably is like maybe 18 years old. She's like, I think she's like half Asian, half Caucasian, something like that. Maybe mixed race. I don't know. But she has very Asiatic face, okay? And she's, of course, brunette, slender, pretty type. And she was in that music video, it was about her, okay? And she was the protagonist of that music video, and she was dancing with roller skate, a fantastic dancing, and yeah, very beautiful lady. I tried to look up that music video, but I couldn't. Okay, because like sha la 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 la, sha la sha la sha la sha la sha la 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 la. Okay, fantastic. This multiple same person, but multiple photograph of this kind of still photo multiple. Okay, it was beautifully done. Okay, music video. I couldn't find it. All right. Yeah. Shala 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 la la la. That's what I remember from that music video. Yeah. Yeah. So in humanology, it's like this. Okay. So like Christianity, they say Saint Paul. Yeah, not every spirit is good. Some spirits are good. Some spirits are bad. Right. So not every diversity is good. Some diversity is good, some of them are bad, and not everything new, like creativity, it could be good, it could be bad. Okay, so LGBTism, yeah, it's about diversity, it's about freedom. Not every freedom is good. Some freedoms are good, some freedom is bad. It's about freedom, LGBTism, it's about diversity, and it's about creativity, right? Having creative, right? But they're doing it the wrong way, in my opinion at least. Okay. Look at crimes. They can come up with some creative way to commit crimes and huge diversity of all different kinds of crimes. But they're all bad. They can come up with brand new, original, creative crimes like cyber crimes, like hacking, right? But they're so what? They're all bad, right? Yeah. So not creativity or ingenuity, something brand new, something diverse, does not mean it's a good thing. It could be very bad. Okay. Look at Nazism. It was brand new when it came out, right? Does that mean it's something good? No. But it was trendy. Nazism was very much mainstream back in the days, right? But it's bad. LGBTism is kind of like neo-Nazism right there. It's too much dictatorial. It's deprivation of other people's freedom. Okay, suppression of freedom of speech. Right. Yeah. So LGBTism is very much dictatorial. That's what it has become. Okay. Right. But let them live and learn, right? Yeah. Let them learn from mistakes. Because I understand. Okay. Yeah. Many times I didn't listen to my teachers and my parents. Okay. I just had to learn by actually experiencing. I'm not talking about LGBTism. No. Just me running away from home, from school. I did not know because I was kind of rebel without a cause. I had to burn the extra fat of youth, so I would just travel, running away, staying in homeless shelter in America. Okay, when I was late teenager. Okay, I didn't work for a while. We're talking about when I was like 17. Okay, I did not study. I did not work, and I was a rebel. I did not like the system. I didn't want to study in school. I did not want to work in a company. I was like vagabond, homeless, kind of vagrant. I've been through that phase when I was like 17, 18. Okay. Before I went to Madison, Wisconsin. Okay. Just rebel without a cause, just questioning things. The system, I did not want to conform to the system. I was a rebel. But now I know. I grew out of that phase. Okay. If I don't work, then who's gonna give me food? Maybe somebody else working for me so that I eat food without working. If I don't work, I still want to survive, right? Then who's gonna make the food with somebody else's labor? So then what am I? A thief. I didn't know back then. Now I know. I was young and dumb, okay, so but fortunately I grew out of that phase, went back to school, graduated, got jobs, learned the value of a dollar, hard work. We take 5 minutes break, okay? And I tell some more stories. When I was kind of homeless a little bit, okay? So some stories when I was late teen, like just before I graduated high school from South Korea and just right after, okay? Yeah, I was kind of like homeless a little bit voluntarily because I wanted to experience that, okay? And I did. Okay, let me tell you that story. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, been there on that. Okay, so it was like 1996, somewhere around there, 1997, 1996, somewhere around there, okay. I ran away from home and school, Korean high school, okay. And I ran away from entire country of South Korea. I flew to Los Angeles, California, okay. When I was still in high school. It was AWOL, absence without leave. Leave means permission, okay. Uh, I traveled to Los Angeles, California, did not know anybody, didn't speak very good English. I was like 17, 11th grade, something like that, okay. Uh, I ended up in a homeless shelter, okay, in Los Angeles, California, okay. God bless them, they're so nice, right? And then I remember this amazing sandwich that they gave us. I think it was like ham and cheese sandwich. Oh my goodness. They have this paper bag. It's care package, right? There's some bottled milk or orange juice and this sandwich. I remember how wonderful that it was. Okay. Homeless shelter, okay. But I didn't have money, didn't know anybody, so didn't speak the language very well. I spoke basic English, all right, when I was 17 because I studied English. I had to. South Korea. Okay, so. And so I went to the airport, right, Los Angeles, California, for the very first time in my life. Yeah, I was traveling, but it was AWOL. I was able to because I have American passport because I was born here. All right. Yeah, borrow some money from my uncles, my friends. Okay. Of course, I didn't tell them that I was gonna go to America. Okay, but I paid them back though. Okay. Some of my friends, high school friends. Okay. And but uncles, yeah, they just gave it to me. Why? Because they're my uncles. Okay, they know. I didn't tell them the detail. I didn't tell them no. I did not tell them that I was running away to America. No, but they saw me, my facial expression, and they can tell, yeah, he needs some help. My uncles, okay, yeah, I was their nephew. Yeah, kind of generous uncles, okay. So yeah, but also well, they gave me money, okay. They didn't expect me to pay them back, but they love me, okay. So yeah, God bless them. So I flew to Los Angeles, California airport. Uh, got out of the airport and I was like, oh, this is America. Beautiful people, I remember. All different races, Asians, blacks, whites, Hispanics, okay, very beautiful people. Okay. This was back in like 1996, something like that, or 1995, something like that. Okay, so I was like 17, 16, something like that. Okay, so. And some kind and generous Korean Americans helped me out, okay, because I was like, where do I go? And yeah, they helped me find some homeless shelter, okay. So I ended up homeless shelter and because I was homeless. Okay, so I didn't have any money, and they took me in and I gave this sandwich. Right, I think it was a ham and cheese sandwich with mayonnaise. Right, it was just so good. And yes, I was hungry. I was just eternally grateful. Okay, so they were forced to in America when I was like underage, minor, like 17, 16 years old. Okay, and I ended up coming back to Korea and kindly and generously my high school, South Korea in Pampo. They accepted me back. They didn't give me any punishment. No. They forgave me. Okay, so they made me graduate, and I did. Okay, God bless them. Okay, and after I graduated high school, right, there's some period where between high school graduation and college, over several months. So I went back to America for the second time. Now it's a little bit more legitimate travel to America because I was over 18 years old and I did graduate high school. Okay. But my parents didn't quite want me to travel, but I did. And next time, second time I traveled to America, I went to Manhattan. It was very first time in my life. Manhattan, New York. It was beautiful. So where did I stay? Where did I stay? Homeless shelter. I didn't have any money. It's kind of venture traveling. Okay, I just stayed in homeless shelter. Yes, in Manhattan, New York. Okay. Wonderful food. Okay, this I remember this African American gentleman, New Yorker, Manhattan, homeless shelter. Wonderful cook, right? It was like this kind of chili macaroni, pasta with ground beef, beans. It was amazing. Okay, and I remember the cook was African American gentleman. Okay, it was just so good. It was like it's really good food. Okay, I remember. Two thumbs over. Great culinary art. It was African American gentleman. Okay. Oh, amazing. And they gave us a lot. Okay, but I was hungry. Okay, and no skimpy. They gave us a lot, and I was full. It was delicious. Okay, chili mac. Oh, I remember. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, I tell you some more adventure story. Okay. Yeah, homeless shelters. Okay, because I've been to a couple. Well, several. A couple in Los Angeles, California, and about three of them in New York, somewhere in New York City. Okay, so I tell you some more stories there. Okay? Interesting stories. Okay, so all right, story time. All right. So, uh, yeah, I traveled, but before I went to New York, so second travel to America, okay, from South Korea after I graduated high school, I came to Los Angeles first, and then I traveled, flew to New York, Manhattan, New York, okay. And I stayed in the homeless shelters in LA, later on New York. Okay. First time Manhattan. Okay. Homeless shelter. All right. I really appreciate charity. It's unconditional love, right? And I'm a beneficiary of that. Charitable organizations, homeless shelters. Okay. God bless them. All right. Yeah. So, and then I went to another homeless shelter in Manhattan. Okay. And it was mostly African American gentlemen there. Okay. So, and yeah, it was not clean, but people were very nice. Okay. And, but it was kind of a dirty place. Okay. I guess it was in Bronx, I think, in New York. All right. And, then there's this kind and generous African American gentleman. And we chatted, and, he's kind of coordinator. Okay. Of this charitable organization. And he said, young man, well, there's another shelter that's cleaner than this place, and I can take you there. Are you interested? And I said, yeah. So he gave me a ride, and we went to Brooklyn. Okay, Brooklyn, New York. And it was not a homeless shelter, but it was more like a rehabilitation for former drug addicts, alcoholics. Okay. But yeah, it was charitable organization. Yeah, it was a lot cleaner. Okay. And, yeah, mostly African Americans. Okay. Yeah. Rehab facility. It's kind of like AA, Alcoholic Anonymous kind of place. Um, but it's kind of a homeless shelter too. Okay. So for free. Yeah. Shelter, food. Okay. And I met very interesting people there. Okay. They were cool. Very handsome African American gentlemen. Okay. Mostly. There's some Caucasians, some Asians. Okay. But mostly African American gentlemen. And yeah, I met very, very cool people there. Okay. They were really cool people and very handsome, very kind and generous. Okay. Ah, God bless them. Fantastic people. Very beautiful too. Okay. Yeah. They're great. Yeah. And the last day, yeah, so I left homeless shelters and they let me go. And I went to Holy Solomon Gallery for Mr. Namjoon Paik. And yeah, they showed me around the studio. And that was the very last day in New York. And then I flew back to South Korea. Okay. And then, yeah, I applied to schools. One in Seoul, well, outskirts, suburb in Gyeonggi-do, about 1 hour from Seoul, engineering, electrical engineering. Okay. And then I also applied to other schools in America. And I chose America. Okay. Yeah. And my parents helped me. School application. Okay. So they forgave me of my transgressions. God bless them. Okay. So I owe so many people. I was young and dumb. Okay. I was like, why do I have to study? Why do I have to work? Now I know because if I don't study, if I don't work, if I still want to live, then who's gonna feed me? Maybe somebody else, right? Yeah. Now I know. Okay. So I work. I study. Okay. Why do I have to study? Well, good pastime. Yeah. Yeah. So I've been to several homeless shelters when I was like 17 years old, 18 years old, right? And yeah, I met many good Americans, Caucasians, African Americans, Hispanics, Asians. Okay, yeah, they're very cool. And later on, I joined the U.S. Army. Okay, uh, which is really cool. I mean, Good food, yeah. Chow Ho, defect dining facility, right? Yeah, cafeteria, good food. Oh yeah, one time I remember when I was in Brooklyn, right? Yeah, great food. Okay, so they had this tradition, right? Breakfast in bed. Okay. Yeah, rotation base. Okay, sometimes we have to wake up very early to serve other people's bed in breakfast in bed. Okay, it was our turn to serve. We had to wake up early, and then some other times we get served breakfast in bed. Okay, and it was amazing food. Okay, it was fantastic. Good food. Yeah. U.S. Army, fantastic food. Okay, like sausage and gravy and biscuit and gravy, right? Yeah, good stuff. Salad, pancakes. Ah, good breakfast. I kind of miss American breakfast. Okay, last year when I was running for Alaska State Senate, yeah, I did attend some political meetings, and sometimes they in the Saturday morning in a restaurant. So yeah, American breakfast, right? Yeah, I miss that. Biscuit and gravy, sausage, eggs, bacon. Good old days. I think COVID-19 is getting over, right? Yeah, there are a lot of people getting vaccinated, which is cool, right? I mean, I don't want to get vaccines, okay? Because I don't need it, and I don't want it. I don't need vaccines. But other people getting vaccine, I have no objection. Okay, and looks like COVID-19 is going away. Right? That's good. I miss going to restaurants, American breakfast. Yeah, I do miss that. After COVID-19 is over, right? Yeah. Okay, we take 5 minutes. Okay, some story time. Yeah. Okay, what else? What are some other interesting stories? Well, the filmmaking, right? Yeah, that film, Metaphobia. Film mostly in Mojave Desert, right? I stayed in a motel, the cheapest motel I could get, and there's some cockroaches. Okay, sometimes you crawl on bed, and they're quite big cockroaches. Okay, so I asked the hotel manager, okay, hey, would you give me another room? And they gave me another room, and it was upstairs. No cockroaches there. Okay, I remember. Okay, it was creepy. Okay, so yeah, interesting place. Uh, What other times? Interesting stories. Ah, there's the spiral. I forget that thing. Okay, yeah. Let me get rid of that spiral real quick. Nice. Spiral on the wall. Alright. Uh, so back when I was in Madison, Wisconsin, yeah, I was in school, but I was kind of in and out of school because my English was not that good, and I did sometimes relied upon not homeless shelter because I had apartment, but soup kitchen. Okay, yeah, I did kindly and generously provided in my breakfast like on Sunday by churches. Okay, very good food. Okay, God bless them. Great charity, yeah. Unconditional love, right? Yeah, really good food. I remember this cubes of cheese, fantastic, right? And chicken wings, right? It was so amazing because I was hungry. Okay, so what's in the dinner menu? I think I might eat that Texas waffle that I bought yesterday. Okay, so it's in the refrigerator. Yeah, movies. Yeah, I bought a lot of James Bond movies from Amazon Prime, but I only watched these intros. Okay, the fantastic graphics. Because James Bond movies, yeah, they tend to be a little bit boring, right? Other than the intro. But I might watch some of them. Okay, maybe Moonraker, Roger Moore, Moonraker. That was kind of interesting. Okay, so this amazing scene, with parachutes, right? It was so well done, right? James Bond movies. I think I might watch that. Yeah. What else? Yeah, the excitement of finishing that humanology paper, yeah, it's subsided. Okay, well that's good because yeah, I was kind of suffering from aftershock a little bit. Okay, so but yeah, it's subsided. Okay, this initial excitement, I recovered from that. Pleasant shock and all. Good. What else? maybe some South Korea story. Yeah, do I miss South Korea? Yeah, some parts of South Korean culture, food. Yeah, in South Korea, like in America, right? Like anywhere else, there's some street food, like food stand, right? Uh, in South Korea, they call it 포장마차. Okay, it's like they have this kind of look like tent, plastic covering. Okay, street food. Okay, oh, it's so good, right? Something very uniquely Korean. Okay, noodles in South Korea, they have like many different kinds of noodles. Okay, some of them is called kuksu. Okay, it's some Korean noodle. Okay, and they're really good. Okay, so soup, right? Yeah, and some of them are spicy, some of them are not spicy at all. Okay, so and some of those Korean traditional noodles you eat it cold. Some soup is not hot, but it's cold. Okay, it's called naengmyeon. Naeng means cold, myeon means noodle. Okay, naengmyeon, um, which is really good. Okay, it's made with Korean gravy. Okay, beef soup. Yeah, that's amazing. Korean cuisine, right? And yeah, hopefully, yeah, COVID-19. Hopefully, it gets over soon, right? Yeah, but the thing is this. Okay, to travel from America to South Korea, you have to fly over Pacific Ocean, which is very long and boring flight. Okay. Oh, it's like I feel like claustrophobic in the airplane. It's what do I do? I drink. I drink like whiskey and then fall asleep. Right? Yeah. We take 5 minutes break. Okay, and then I tell you some about Korean street food. Okay, they're fully cooked, so there's nothing unhealthy about it. They're fully cooked and clean. Okay, street food, 포장마차. Okay, I tell you that story. Okay, so it's quite uniquely Korean. Okay, it's all amazing food. Okay, and there's some other kinds of restaurants in Korea. We're not talking about eating dogs. Okay, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. Okay, so uh, yeah, I don't like eating dogs. Okay, so yeah, we're not talking about that, okay? So we're talking about legitimate food, Korean traditional cuisine, okay? Because dog eating that's not mainstream in Korea. It's not. It's more like naughty. You'll have to research to find those restaurants that serve dogs because that's very rare. It's not mainstream at all. Okay, it's extremely difficult to find one. Okay, so it's not illegal, but it's not a popular mainstream culture. It's kind of like occult a little bit. Okay, uh, have I eaten dogs? Yes. Did I like it? No. It was too greasy. Okay, I did not like it, but I have eaten some dogs. Okay, so yeah, I did not like it. Okay, but just out of curiosity, some experience, yeah, I had eaten dogs. I did not like it. Okay, it didn't taste very good. What does it taste like? It tastes like your best friend. Okay, it's a joke. Okay, all right, we'll take 5 minutes. Oh man, dog's man's best friend. Yeah, I don't like eating it. Okay, so what I have, I did not like the taste at all. Okay, so Okay. Okay. Enough drinks. So yeah, when I was in the U.S. Army, it's a bunch of single guys, right? We talk about anything, right? So they asked me, "Have you eaten any dogs?" Between us guys, we talk about anything, right? In the U.S. Army, in school, okay, bunch of single guys, right? We talk about anything. So yeah, they asked me, "Yeah, have you eaten dogs?" Because they know I'm Korean, American, okay? I grew up in Korea, okay? And I said yes. So what does it taste like? Yeah, it tastes like your best friend. Dog's man's best friend, okay? And they had a good laugh, okay? So yeah, but yeah, it's a joke, okay? So, anyways, yeah, I did not like it, okay? I'm not going to eat it again. Okay, so I'm sorry for offending you, okay? It's a joke, right? Now, 포장마차, okay? Uh, and there's this amazing food, Korean tradition, not very traditional, but I think it's called something like 군대찌개, okay? It's this potpourri of this like you have spam, noodles, leftover food all together, okay? It's kind of spicy noodle soup, okay? I think it's called 군대찌개. What is 군대? 군대 means army, okay? So, yeah, that's good food. And for 포장마차, that's like this, okay? They serve soju, Korean rice wine, okay? And soju, and you have sundae, which is like this lower intestine, I don't know, small intestine of a pig, okay? And filled with noodles, okay? Oh, fantastic stuff. And I remember uh, one of my uncles, okay, had this restaurant, okay, market, right? I did pay visit, okay, fantastic Sunday, okay, it was amazing, and some fish cake is called odeng, okay, it was amazing, okay. My uncle and aunt, right? Yeah, some of them ran restaurant, okay, it was amazing, okay, and they would tell me some Japanese tourists came to their restaurant too, okay. Yeah. So I really appreciate Japanese tourists who spend their hard-earned money in Korea. Okay. Very cool. Yeah. Korea, Japan, we're neighbors, right? They are. Okay. Well, a big part of me is very much Korean. Okay. So, yeah. Mm. So, 포장 matcha is like a street food. Okay. Kind of makeshift, but they do have chair. Okay. So, and table. Outdoor. Okay. Yeah. And it's just amazing food. Okay. Street food, Korean style. Fantastic. Huge fan. Huge fan. Okay. So it's this. Okay. It's quite a modern thing. Okay. 포장마차, street food outside the building. Okay. With this kind of tent, like plastic covering, big, right? It's like portable garage in America. Okay. Yeah. It's like this. Okay. Table and chairs. Okay. And what they do is this in Korea. Okay. After work, they have dinner there before they go back home with their colleagues, co-workers, and yeah, they drink. No driving because in South Korea subway system, you don't have to drive anywhere. Okay, public transportation is fantastic. So South Korea, they adopted this subway under the ground subway system. They hired French engineers. Okay, yeah, like TGV, right? Yeah, so that's Korean subway system. You can go anywhere in Seoul without driving. Okay, so yeah, that's Korean drinking culture after work with their colleagues. They go to 포장마차, have drink, dinner, and then they go home. Subway station, subway, or taxi, bus, public transportation, so that they don't have to drive. Okay, so yeah, it's Korean culture. Yeah. Hmm? Yeah, amazing food. So guk means soup. Okay, so oden guk. Okay, oh, it's kind of look like sushi kebab. Okay, with this kind of chopstick, this thin wooden stick, and the fish cake oden. Okay, and they boil it with some seaweed, kelp, blue kelp. In Korean word, it's called dashima. It's very chewy and it's kind of thick. Blue kelp. Okay, yeah, it's delicious. All right, yeah, and they're edible. Yeah. Seaweed. Yeah, odenku, oden soup. Okay, Korean radish is very big. Okay, and it's very thick. Right, it's about foot long and this thick. Okay, Korean radish. It's like green, white. It's not red. Okay, so and it has very spicy, very pungent taste to it. So they put in the odengu, and it's amazing, delicious. All right. Yeah, it's radish. Okay, it kind of pungent taste radish, right? Yeah. Korean radish is very big, this long, this thick. Okay. Yeah, they put it in the kimchi too. There's multiple different kinds of kimchis in Korea, and some of my army friends who been to Korea, who was stationed there, their favorite is typically cucumber kimchi. Cucumber. Yeah, Koreans they make kimchi with cucumber. Okay. Well, the famous one is Nepal cabbage, right? But that's just one kind. There are cucumber kimchi and Nepal cabbage kimchi, and then there is this radish kimchi too, yeah, which is really delicious. Okay, so not many people know about this. Okay, there's some esoteric Korean dish. We are not talking about dogs. Okay, that's not mainstream at all. Okay, that's very obscure. No mainstream. Okay, it's not mainstream thing. Dog. Yeah, no. We're not talking about that. Okay, but there's some esoteric, very unknown, not known at all outside Korea. It was great honor for me to spend nearly 2 decades of my life in South Korea, Seoul, South Korea. Okay, uh, there's some great, not very well known Korean recipes. One of them, sujebi. What is sujebi? It's kneaded wheat flour, right? You knead it with water and make it kind of thin layer and put in the water, boil it with some fish. What kind of fish? Small sea fish. It's called 멸치. It's kind of like a minnow, very small fish, smaller than sardine. It's like this big. Okay, it's called 멸치, right? Very small fish. Okay, sea fish, and they put there in the water, and they put some Korean zucchini. Zucchini. It's called hobak, green, right? And then this kneaded wheat, right? With flour kneaded is magical. Okay, so good. My parents, well, my mom's. Well, I only have one mother, one father. Okay, so my mom and my grandmothers, I have two of them. Father side, mother side. They're fantastic cooks, okay? Just like anybody else's parents and grandparents, okay? Fantastic cooks, okay? So my father's mother, my paternal grandmother, she was really good at making the sujebi, okay? She made it so thin, okay? Just kneaded with flour, paste, right? She made it so thin. It was magical, okay? I was very close to my grandparents, okay? So all four of them, they're in heaven, okay? Yeah, because I'm 42 years old, okay? So yeah, they're all in heaven, and oh, I'm very great honor to be their grandchild. Four of them, okay? My paternal grandfather passed away before I was born, so I never met him, all right? But my father's mother, paternal grandmother, she would tell me about my grandfather, paternal grandfather. My mother's side, maternal grandmother, grandfather, yeah, I was very close to them, okay? Yeah. But my paternal grandfather, never met him. He passed away before I was born, okay? But my grandmother would tell me about him, okay? So he was a judge in South Korea, not in Seoul, but southwest of South Korea called Jeollado, Jeollanamdo. Okay, it's like a state. In South Korea, you have Jeollanamdo, Jeollabuk-do, 경 경상남도, 경상북도, and 충청도, 강원도, and 경기도. Okay, it's like states in America. Okay, so South Korea is very small peninsula, right? I don't know about North Korea. Okay, but I can only speak for South Korea. That's where I grew up as a child and teenager. Okay, so my father's father, paternal grandfather, he was a judge in Jeollado. What town? Gwangju, I think. Right? Yeah. Yeah. We'll take 5 minutes break, okay? And I'll tell you something about my paternal grandfather, who I never met. Okay. Very cool gentleman. He was a judge, okay? Before that, he was a lawyer, clerk for a judge. He was kind of late bloomer, okay? But he passed the Korean bar exam. He went to Korean law school, okay? Give me 5 minutes, okay? I'll tell you some stories about my paternal grandfather, okay? Very cool guy, great gentleman, okay? So, all right, story time. Okay. So I did some. I mean, I brushed my teeth, of course, but I brushed it again because I was drinking some this sugary, too sweet a juice. So yeah, some my molar, this upper right molar grinder teeth was a little bit bothered by this too much sugar, some bacterial growth, I guess. So I brushed it partially again. Okay, so now I feel better. Anyway, so yeah, my grandfather he went to I guess some early 1900s. Okay, maybe 1920s. So some South Korea history. Okay, uh, South Korea was occupied, colonized by Japan. Okay, so there's some bad blood, some vendetta, yeah, some bad history, okay, between Korea and Japan, okay, it's because once it was colonized by Japan during the World War One, around there, imperial Japanese, Korea, Philippines, some part of China, it was all occupied by Japan. Okay, so well, it was how it was. That's how it was back then. Okay, so uh, 경성제국대학. It means Imperial University of this capital. 경성 means capital. Okay, 제국 means imperial empire. 대학 means big school. It means university. Okay. 경성제국대학. Okay, so my grandfather attended law school there. Okay, in Korea, in America, law school is after you take graduate, I mean undergrad 4 year college, and then you go to law school as a master's degree. Well, technically it's Juris Doctor, JD, is doctoral degree, but 3 years, right? Typically. But in my case, I graduated 2 years. I'm not sure anybody else did that. Okay, but whatever. But it's more master's degree, kind of postgraduate professional degree, right? Like MBA or MD, medical doctor, whatever. Okay, so that's American system. You graduate from 4 year college, then you go to law school, right? But in Korea, law school is undergraduate level. So is medical school. So is business school too. Okay, they're all undergrad level, 4 year college. Okay, that's how it is in South Korea. At least when I was there. Okay, yeah. So my grandfather went to this Gyeongsang 제국대학 established by Japanese colonizers. Okay, Gyeongsang 제국대학 established by Japanese. So they did some good things in Korea, South Korea, in Korea in general. Okay, yeah, modernization of Korea. They built railroads, schools. So there's some positive effect of Japanese colonization of South Korea. Well, Korea in general. Okay, yeah, they did some good things in Korea too. Yeah, there's some bad stories, but people are people. Okay, there's some goods and bads, right? But yeah, 경성제국대학 later became Seoul National University. That's like Harvard of South Korea. Okay. It was originally established by Japanese. Okay, so Japan did some good things. Okay, to Korea. This is did some bad things too. Okay, but it's yin and yang, plus and minus. People are people. Okay, goods and bads. Okay, and Japan also allowed during the colonization period. What was the year like between like 1914 to 1919, something like that, around the World War One. Okay. For 10, 20 years, yeah, Korean peninsula was occupied by Japan, Japanese imperialism. About 2 decades, not very long. Okay, maybe 4 decades, okay? Because when the colonization ended, there was the World War II, 1945, when President Truman, Harry Truman, dropped 2 atomic bombs in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. That was the end of Japanese colonization of Korea and Philippines, China. Okay, so I guess it spent okay, maybe 4 decades Japanese colonization. Okay, and my grandparents, both mother side, father side, they survived the Japanese colonization period. They would tell me stories about it. Okay, they're tough people. Okay, like American grandparents, they've been through World War One, World War Two, Vietnam era, and Great Depression. Okay, so grandparents in America, grandparents in Korea, or anywhere in the world, they've been through some very difficult times. I greatly admire that. Grandparental generation, okay. They'll tell me stories in America, in Korea, okay. I'm a huge fan of grandparental generations, okay. They're so amazing, fantastic people. They survived very difficult times, right? Huge fan. I'm their #1 fan. Okay. So, my paternal grandfather, yeah, he went to law school, 경성제국대학, later became Seoul National University, okay. So my siblings and my dad went there too, okay. Seoul National University. Okay. I didn't. It's like Harvard of South Korea, okay. I couldn't get there, okay. It was too much work. There's no way I could get admission there, okay. But my dad, some of my siblings went there, okay. Because they are hardworking, diligent than I am. All right. So my father's father went there too. Before it was renamed as Seoul National University, it used to be called 경성제국대학. Okay. Yeah, he went to law school there. And he kind of late bloomer, okay, and he was clerking for a judge, right? Judicial clerk after he graduated from law school in South Korea. Okay. What year? I guess it was like in 1930s, maybe 1940s. Okay. Yeah, but he had difficult time passing Korean bar exam to become a licensed as a lawyer. He was late bloomer, okay, so he was clerking for the judge after as a judicial clerk apprentice, right? For a long while, okay. Then he met my grandmother. After they got married, he passed the bar exam in his 40s, I think. He was a late bloomer. Maybe in his 30s, I don't know. Okay? But he was late bloomer, okay, so kind of like me, okay, so I went to law school when I was like between 2013 and 2015, so I was like 2013. How old was I? I was born in 1978. Went to law school 2013, so I was like 35. Yeah, I'm kind of like my father's father, my paternal grandfather, kind of late bloomer, okay? So I went to law school when I was 35 years old, right? I was the oldest in my law school class. There's some other guys. in their 30s, okay, but I was the oldest. Okay, late bloomer. Okay, yeah, I went to law school when I was 35. So my father's father, paternal grandfather, he was late bloomer. That's what my grandmother told me. Okay, never met him. All right, but yeah, I saw his pictures. Okay, yeah, so he passed the Korean bar exam, maybe in his 30s or in his 40s. Became a lawyer's license. Later on, he became a judge. Okay, after that, he became a lawyer again. Okay, after judge. Okay, private practice, general practice. Okay, what my grandmother told me was he was very charitable. He helped out poor people. So he did not bring enough money because he was all about pro bono, helping out the poor people. Okay, so my grandmother has had to work. They have 8 children. Yeah, my father, uncles, and aunts. 3 brothers. My father, 2 uncles, and 5 aunts. So they have 8 children. And my grandfather was more into charity, pro bono, helping out the poor people. Okay, my grandmother has to work. What did she do? Farming, raising chicken, pigs. Yeah, she's very business savvy lady. Okay, so yeah, chickens, pigs. She farmed them. Okay, so she had to because my grandfather was not interested in money, and they have 8 children. Okay, so my grandmother, yeah, raised chickens, pigs to bring in the money. Okay, so and they raised 8 children. Okay, my father, uncles, aunts. Okay, they survived through Korean War, Japanese colonization. Okay, and they tell me these stories. Okay, Korean War, right? 1950, right? And Japanese colonization. Yeah. I was very close to my grandparents. Okay, so they would tell me all those wonderful stories, right? Hardships they survived. Okay, history lessons from my grandparents. Okay, fantastic. I admire them. In America, yeah, I have many friends who are in their 90s, 80s, 70s. They will tell me about Great Depression, World War II, Vietnam War. Okay, many of my friends are in their 90s, 70s, 80s. Okay, and they'll tell me these wonderful stories: Great Depression, World War II, Vietnam War. Okay. I admire them. Right? Grandparental generations in America and Korea. Okay, yeah. All right, we'll take 5 minutes. Okay, and I'll tell you what I have learned from them. Okay, all right. Give me 5 minutes. So yeah, my father's mother, very strong lady. I mean, my maternal grandparents, yeah, they're great too. Okay, but my father's mother, he was my nanny when I was a baby child. Okay, we lived under the same roof. Okay, this Korean traditional family structure. Okay, yeah, the most successful son, they live with their parents to take care of them. Okay, yeah, it's just Korean tradition. Okay, so I spend most time with my grandmother, paternal, my father's mother. Okay, my mother's father, my mother's mother is a fantastic. Okay, but they live in different house. Okay, this is Korean family structure. Okay, so I spend a lot of time with my father's mother, paternal grandmother. Okay, so, because we lived in the same house. Okay, yeah. Let me turn on the heater. It's already on. Okay. Yeah, some story time, right? Yeah. So my grandmother would tell me this story. Okay. Hey, yeah, your grandfather, he was nice man, a judge. Later on, private practice, pro bono, helping out the poor people. And you know what? Every Thanksgiving Day, Korean Thanksgiving Day, in every culture, there's Thanksgiving Day. Okay, in the harvest time, in the fall after the summer, harvest time. Korean Thanksgiving is called Chuseok. Okay, yeah. I mean, in Israel, North Africa, Middle East, yeah, they have Thanksgiving Day, right? Yeah, harvest time in the autumn season, right? Yeah, every culture have that. Okay, yeah, Korean they have that too. Okay, it's called Chuseok. Okay, in autumn. How do you say in autumn? Fall season? Gaul. Okay, my favorite season. High, clear sky, blue sky without a single cloud. Okay, that's autumn. Okay, so as I remember it. So, anyways, so yeah, my grandmother worked. Okay, raising chickens, pigs, farming. Okay, to raise her children, 8 of them. Yeah, back in the days, in anywhere in the world, big family, right? Yeah, yeah, and then they went through this Korean War in 1950. Okay, yeah. They went south because North Korea and backed by China, okay, and Russia, they they were coming down Korean Peninsula. Okay, so they went down south. Okay, they didn't have money to fly or take a ship to Japan or other countries. Yeah, so but they stayed in Korea. Okay, south like Busan, 경상도. Okay, yeah, because they were coming down. Okay, and General MacArthur during the World War II, I mean Korean War, General MacArthur, 인천 상륙 작전. Okay, Incheon, yeah, that's west of Seoul, about 2 hours away. Now, yeah, big airport, Incheon International Airport, right? Before that, it was Kimpo Airport, International. But yeah, Incheon, they took it over. So yeah, General MacArthur went to Incheon. Very smart man, right? West Point Army General. Yeah, yeah. This General MacArthur, he saved South Korea. Okay, so he's a huge hero in South Korea. Okay, General MacArthur. Okay, American. Okay, so very smart. Okay, military genius. Okay, General MacArthur. Okay, so Incheon. cut off this in the middle. Okay, so kind of shooting in the back, right? Yeah, General Megado, extremely smart general. Okay, West Point graduate, American general, right? He saved South Korea. Okay, so Korean War 1950. Okay, so they went back up north. Chinese, Russians, North Koreans. Okay, they went back. Okay, this DMZ, demilitarized zone, right in the middle of Korean Peninsula, North Korea, South Korea. Okay, yeah, this war is over. Okay, yeah, some armistice, right? Yeah, 383선. That's the DMZ, this line dividing North Korea and South Korea. Okay, so I've been there. Okay, when I was in high school. Yeah, some trip, high school trip during summer. Okay, the food was very good. Okay, we had this rice and kimchi, maybe some tofu too. Okay, 383선. As a Korean high school student, as a group, yeah, we went there, took the bus. Okay, it's a school program, history lesson. Okay, yeah, part of high school program. Okay, 383선. Okay, this DMZ, demilitarized zone. Okay, yeah, some under the ground tunnel. Okay, and we have lunch there. Okay, it was fantastic food. Okay, it's like army food, kimchi rice with this bowl, steel, stainless steel bowl. Okay, it's army style. It was nice. Okay, uh, I remember that. Amazing Korean food. Okay, in the at DMZ, high school student. Yeah, okay. Just like 1995, something like that. Okay, so, yeah. How about my mother side grandmother? That's whole other story. Okay, my mom, my dad, beautiful, handsome, intelligent people. Okay, very smart. My mother's side grandparents, fantastic people. Okay, so they went through the same thing. Japanese colonization era, Korean War. They survived. My mother's side, big family too. Okay. About yeah, eight children. Okay, yeah, my father's side, mother's side, same story. About eight children. Okay, so they went through some difficult times, heavily disciplined, right, and they survived, right. My mother's mother, okay, maternal grandmother, I was very close to her. Okay, so I would go visit her whenever I could. Okay, because I was student in America, right, and I would buy her gloves because South Korea it get very cold during the winter. Okay, I would buy this latest gloves, handbags. Okay, some nice cardigan, sweater. Okay, yeah, she really appreciated that. Okay, I was very close to her. Okay, my mother's father, maternal grandfather, yeah, fantastic man, very athletic. Okay, very handsome man too. Okay, so yeah. Give me 5 minutes, okay? We take 5 minutes break, and I will tell you my mother side, maternal grandfather's grandmother, maternal grandparents. Okay, very cool people. Okay, whole other story. All right, yeah. Give me 5 minutes, okay? Very cool people. Okay. We take 5 minutes. Okay, so. All right. Okay, back in the memory lane, some Korean history, right? Yeah. So my mother's family, they are mostly bankers, financiers. Okay. So my mother's grandfather, my maternal great grandfather, he was a banker. Okay. Yeah. Very successful businessman, financial. Okay. And he was very athletic too. He was one of the first people in South Korea to introduce Western boxing. Okay. And he was also horse rider. Okay. Horse riding, it existed way before in Asia. You have Mongolia, Russia, China, Korea, Japan. They have horses way back when. Okay. So horse riding, that's not Western tradition. Okay. Because in Asia, way back when, they had horses. Okay. Mongolia, China, Russia, Japan, Korea. They had horses. Okay. So horse riding is not Western tradition. Okay. But boxing, that was Western. Okay. So my mother's grandfather, my maternal great grandfather, he was the very first one in Korea, South Korea, to introduce this Western boxing. Okay. He was a boxer, horse rider. Okay. He's a financial banker. Okay. He managed banks. Okay. Very athletic. Okay. His charisma. Okay. So for what I heard from my mom, my maternal grandparents, yeah, during the Japanese colonization era, Japanese they did not mess with him at all. Right? He has this pure athletic charisma. Okay? He's very intellectual, banker, businessman, financial, right? So they didn't mess with him. Okay, so during the Japanese colonization era, early 1900s, okay, they left him alone. Okay, they respected his pure charisma, athletic. He was like muscular. He know how to box. Horse rider, okay, yeah, very athletic. Okay, so was my maternal grandfather, my mother's father. Okay, very athletic, very handsome man. Okay, he's a hiker too. Okay, he would always have his house next to a mountain. He's an avid hiker. I did go hiking with my mother's father, maternal grandfather. Okay, yeah, he. I remember 1980s when I was in elementary school. We went to hiking with my mother's father, maternal grandfather, okay, hiking in the mountain, okay. And after that, he would buy me this pair of shoes, sneakers, running shoes, okay. Yeah, fond memories. My mother's mother, maternal grandmother, oh, she was a teacher, right? I don't know what school subject matter she taught, but she's a very beautiful lady, okay. And her daughters, my mom, my maternal aunts, very beautiful lady. Okay, very beautiful ladies. Okay, so yeah, and my maternal grandfather, very handsome man, athletic. Okay, so my mother's brothers, they were very known for being very handsome. Okay, so my mother's side, their grandparents, my maternal grandparents, my mother's mother and father, handsome man, beautiful lady. Okay, so my mother's side, very handsome uncles, beautiful aunts. Okay, my father's side, yeah, they are beautiful too. Okay, yeah, I asked my paternal side, father's side, uncles and aunts, was my mother, grandmother, paternal side, was she beautiful when she was young? They said yes. Yeah, I believe that. Okay. Well, how about my father's father, my paternal grandfather? Was he a handsome man? I think so. Okay. Yeah, they were beautiful, handsome people. What I'm saying is, my mother's mother, she was local celebrity. She was extremely beautiful lady. Okay, so her daughters, My mother and my mother's sisters, very beautiful, and my mother's brothers, very handsome man. Okay, they're quite local celebrity for their handsomeness and beauty. Okay, I my father's side, yeah, uncles and handsome man, beautiful, and yeah, yeah, they're all beautiful. Okay, yeah, but my mother's side, they were very well known locally. Okay, for their beauty, athletics, and my father's side, they're beautiful too. Okay, yes, I'm just saying. Okay, they're both very beautiful. Okay, but my mother's mother, she was very well known for her beauty, very feminine. It was a great honor to interact with the lady. Okay, my maternal grandmother. Okay, very beautiful lady. Okay, so intelligent. She was like high school teacher. Okay, so my mother's grandfather, my maternal great grandfather, he was a banker, pugilist, boxer, introduced very first time to South Korea Western boxing. Okay, athletic, horse rider. Okay, yeah. So from what I heard from my mother's side, family members, yeah, Japanese people, yeah, they didn't mess with him. Okay, they respected him. My mother's grandfather. Okay, he has charisma, financial banker. Okay, and also athletic, great shape, muscular, right? Kind of tall, dark, handsome, kind of South Korean way. Back in early 1900s, okay. So yeah, Japanese, yeah, they didn't mess with him. Okay, they left him alone. They respected him. Okay, because his sheer charisma, with this boxer, horse rider, athletic, banker, financial, right? So that's my mother's side story. Yeah, yeah. My father's side, mother's side, grandparents, great grandparents, yeah, they all survived. Okay, to the Japanese colonization, kind of 40 years after that. Yeah, Korean War, they all survived. Right, talk about survival of the fittest. Right, yeah, they all survived. Right? Tough people. Right, grandparental generation. Right, I hugely admire them. In America, yeah, Americans in their 90s, 80s, and 70s, some of them are my friends are in that age. Okay, they will tell me about Great Depression, World War One, World War Two, not World War One, but World War Two. I shook some hands with World War Two veterans in their 90s, 80s. Okay, yeah, Vietnam veterans who experienced Great Depression. They were like children back then. Okay, yeah, they would tell me about this hard life back in the days in America. I admire them. Okay, grandparents generation in America, in Korea. Okay, I admire them. I'm their number one fan. Okay, fantastic history. God bless them for generations to come. Yeah, When I was in San Jose, California, just before I joined the U.S. Army, okay, I was in this. I enrolled to this volunteerism program, right? San Jose, California, Northern California, just 1 hour south of San Francisco. Okay, yeah, it was like a hospice program, right? Hospitality for mature ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so and there was this gentleman. He was on his bedridden. Okay, he was probably in his 80s or 90s. Okay, yeah, there was like year just before I joined the U.S. Army in San Jose, California, 2009, 2008, something like that. Yes. He was Caucasian gentleman, bedridden. He was on bed. Okay, yeah, we are young people. Yeah, we want to entertain them. Okay, hospice volunteerism program. Okay, yeah, 'cause I wanted to get a job, get some volunteerism, social connection. Okay, and he asked me, young man, do you know what hard life is? I was like, oh, mister, yeah, maybe I know some, but not enough. Yeah, please, yeah, teach me. What is a hard life? Maybe I experienced somewhat, but not enough. He was like his 80s, 90s, okay, bedridden, right? Then he would tell me these wonderful stories during the Great Depression era, 1929, 1930s, right? He would tell me this story. Yeah, yeah, you know what? Yeah, hard life, okay. We didn't have shoes back then, okay. We were so poor, Great Depression era, okay. We would walk down the streets barefooted because there were no shoes. And he would tell me this Great Depression era, late 1920s, early 1930s, okay. I was like, oh, thank you for sharing me with your Great Depression stories. American Great Depression, yeah. After Roaring Twenties, yeah. 1929, Black Friday. Yeah, I did learn about that, but never met people before who actually went through that Great Depression era in 1920s, 1930s in America. And he was one of them, survivor, right? He would tell me these stories, okay? Hardships. He was young back then, 1920s, 1930s, right? He had to work, child labor, okay? Very difficult times, right? Food, not so much food. He would walk miles as a child, barefooted, okay? No shoes to this workplace. Hard life. Right? I remember him telling me great depression stories. Such a great honor, person to person, okay? He was white guy, okay? Caucasian gentleman in his 80s, 90s, bedridden, okay? On his bed, okay? So I was, yeah, volunteer organization, okay? San Jose, California. What year was that? It was like 2008, 2009, somewhere, okay? So I learned very well, okay? All this wonderful grandparent generations in Korea, America, okay? I am their normal fan, all right? Grandparental generation, right? They have some wonderful stories way back. huge fan. Okay. Grandparental generations. Okay. Their teachers, keepers of this knowledge and wisdoms. They're survivors. History, right? We want them to live as long as possible so that they can teach us their experiences, their wisdom, their knowledge. First hand observations, right? Yeah. We love grandparents, right? God bless them. Huge fan. In America, Korea, okay. Yeah. I'm very close to them, okay. Grandparents. Great grandparental generations, okay. Because they have amazing experience, knowledge, they are survivors, right? Ancient wisdom. Survival of the fittest. And they survived. They're fit individuals, right? Grandparents. Mysterious, mystical, ancient. Good old school, right? Yeah, they survived. All those years and decades. I admire them. Grandparent, great parents. Okay. They're big, yeah, they're great, grand. They survived after like decades. Yeah, they are great and grand parents, right? Huge fan, right? God bless them. Okay. All right. Have a good night, okay? Have a nice week. Thank you. Okay? God bless you.